Hi folks, Dr. Benedict here with you again. Just wanted to go back to my fenced IBC system. It's mid-February again. We just chiseled out all that ice. There's still a lot inside the pond just floating loosely. We've got a lot of it put on top here. It's melting away. You can just see drips of water coming off the ice. So in this section I wanted to talk about the importance of unplugging your pump. Basically turning off the aquaponics system when harsh, bad weather closes in. I've tested this one out and it'll still keep going when it gets down to 17 degrees at night. I'll still have water coming out the spigot. Right now it's still turned off, but we're going to turn it back on. So even at 17 degrees, now I've covered the spigot with a styrofoam insulated box. Water would still be coming out. At 19 degrees, I could have no box insulation over it, and water would still be coming out. But then the problem is, if it's persistent enough, the water inside your bell siphon can freeze up. And that's the problem right there. This pump is running at least 150 gallons per hour. Here's the bell siphon. Again, I like to have a clear cover on it. I can't move it around at all. It's still stuck in ice. When these bell siphons freeze up, then no water will get returned to your tank. And then what happens, the pump is still running at extremely, it is not going to get returned to your system at all. The bell siphon is shut off because it's completely frozen up, solid, blocked with ice. So then water just overflows your grow bed. And I've had that happen with this one night. I was testing out how much it could handle temperature-wise, and water would just overflow, and I'd have all these frozen icicles dangling off. What I've done in the meantime, I've also created this overflow tubing right here. So I could keep the system running if it gets down to 17 degrees, and if the bell siphon freezes up, then this tube will catch the overflow and return it back to the pond. I haven't tested it out yet to see if that would actually work, because if the water's just trickling through here, it depends on the flow, is it going to freeze up as well? If so, then we'll be in the same scenario to where water would just overflow, and then your pond is starting to empty out. And if you don't catch it in time, if it completely empties out, then your fish will be flopping around in no water, and they're going to die. I had that nearly happen with my patio system. My son and I caught it in time. So for my systems, for this one, if it's going to be below 25 degrees, I'll just shut it off, and I'll see how long. And I'm going to have freeze. There'll be ice on top of the pond. There'll be ice on top of the gravel grow bed as well as the bell siphon system. Just monitor the weather conditions and temperatures. When it melts and I'm no longer going to have any extreme freezes at night to where it's not going to go below 25 degrees, then I'll turn this system back on and run it. When it's that cold, again, the water is very cold. The fish, they're not feeding, so they're not producing much by way of ammonia waste, and their metabolism is very low. They're dormant, so to speak. They'll swim around, but they don't need much by the way of oxygen, as well as they're not producing much toxic waste, so it's fine for them in these cold extreme conditions for your pump to be turned off. We'll look at my next segment. We'll go over turning on the pump, returning back. Leave a comment, tell a friend. Again, Dr. Benedict, Ozark Natural Health on Aquaponics. Thank you.